Point, Iowa tradition wrapped up its weekend today following, of course, ideal weather and a decent crowd. Then, of course, being the Sweet Corn Festival, where families had the chance to enjoy a parade followed by an action-packed afternoon of enjoying some corn and enjoying a few rides. This year, they went through over 16 tons of corn. Organizers say this was the 71st year and is by far their largest moneymaker that goes right back into the community. They say some traveled even from Maryland to experience the tradition.
What they told us was they happened to just find us online, and then they ended up coming here because they love to come to events like this.
We're just doing a lot of different things, trying to do kid-friendly things, trying to do adult-friendly things, just to get more people drawn into our community.
Organizers say they plan to put this year's proceeds toward a new basketball and pickleball court at West Point's South Park. Regionally now,